right, I'm Nate LeVay. This is Jim McKenzie. We're here for the girls' large school race. This meet's sponsored by Tim's Truck Capital. And Jim, so we're heading into the large school girls race. This should be actually some of the best runners and teams in the Northeast, really.
Yeah, you got Champlain Valley, who's Vermont's #1 and currently ranked second in the Nike National Northeast rankings.
Yeah, they went to nationals last year.
Yeah, they're stuck. They're good.
So and I think would they have 8 of the first 10 in the freshman race, and
yeah, so they're loaded. I talked to their coach yesterday. Some of them were under the weather. I said some could be homesick in bed, and I said they'll probably still win.
Yeah, they're a very deep team. The race really might be for second place in this.
You got Bonnie Eagle of Maine. They were 6th last year, and they look really good. They're led by Delaney Hessler.
Yeah, it's going to be a low stick for them, which kind of helps over some of these other teams. You know, Essex, Vermont, which is the #2 Vermont team.
Then your team, Exeter, New Hampshire.
Exeter, New Hampshire, yep.
They're the #1 team coming in. Cole Brown's the #2 team coming in. They're missing their top girl, but they'll still, sometimes you run better.
Yep.
You know, to step up.
And then a couple other New Hampshire teams have been running really well early in the season. You got Concord, New Hampshire, kind of a younger team, but they're led by Morgan Orcutt. She's been running excellent this year. She had a great year last year. And you always have Bedford, #4 team in New Hampshire.
Yep, Nashville South and Salem. So some of the favorites to win individually, right now I'd say the person that I would pick is probably Caroline Fisher.
Yeah,
Fisher's tough as anybody.
She's got to be the cream of the crop. She's coming off the Triple Crown in the spring season. She's already run under 18 minutes this year. Granted, over at Mines Falls, but who knows how much she was pressing.
Callie Coffin looked great last week at Nashua.
Callie Coffin.
You know, she's the real deal. She's done it. I mean, she was 4th in New England a few years ago in the 2 mile, so you never know.
Both those girls kind of coming off of injury sickness, so, you know, a couple weeks from now, it could be really interesting. 5 weeks from now at the championships.
Hey, we didn't even mention Bishop Girton girls. It's not listed, but I'm telling you right now, don't count them out.
No, they got 3 phenomenal runners. That's going to be 3 really low sticks, and you never know what they have for a 4th or a 5th.
So some of the other favorites: Delaney Hessler of Bonnie Eagle, Allison Larson and Verneau of Champlain Valley, Kate Headland of Manchester, Connecticut, BG's Carolyn Toll, and the guns off.
2019 Large School Girls Manchester Invitational, year number 45, making history today. What a beautiful sight. It's a beautiful day. Got a cloud in the sky.
Carolyn Fisher with an early lead.
Yeah, Fisher right to the
messing
front.
around.
Champlain Valley right.
Champlain Valley's already got him
Get
there.
the whole team up there.
Cole Brown, they're out on the outside. They look good.
Well, Exeter right in the middle too. Exeter's right in it.
All right, here we have the girls' large school varsity race. We're at about the 400 mark. Caroline Fisher right out front, as to be expected. She is one of the favorites to win this race. And then
Looks like Champlain Valley up front here too. And
2 Champlain Valley right up front. And Morgan Orcutt, Caroline Toll.
BG strong
Yeah,
team
3
presence up
BG
front here.
already. Caitlin Pepin of Central.
Here comes a pack from
Big
Co Brown.
pack. Big Champlain Valley pack, which is also to be expected. They have won this meet the last 3 years in a row, going for their 4th. And they are ranked.
Stacked.
They are pretty good. Ranked
They're ranked #1 in Vermont right now.
#2 in the Northeast, so
Yeah.
they should have a pretty strong showing today. But not too much action yet. They're not pulling it out.
Seems like it's not going out too strong yet.
No.
It's interesting to see these last
Relatively
2 races
tight.
how they've handled the big bottleneck up front. We saw the boys kind of stretched out a lot, and the girls were pretty
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different types of races today.
different strategies. So it's been pretty interesting so far.
Right, we'll see how things shake up over the next about 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah, see that.
So we're a little bit over 5 minutes here. It'll be interesting to see who's leading. If you're Fisher with that monstrous kick, do you take it out or you?
Yeah, I take it out.
And it looks like she is.
If I know I'm going to win a race, I'm taking it. I ain't messing around.
So here comes Fisher and then one of the two Champlain Valley girls.
Hey, she looks good. She's up on her toes. Looks good. Carolyn Fisher, early lead. A 20-yard lead. She's got a really good time going.
His teammate Karen Toll sitting in third right now.
So they got a couple.
So they went through the mile about 5:45.
Morgan Orcott.
Here's Exeter 1-2.
Let's go, Sierra! You got
Hey,
it.
hey,
I know it's hot. I know it's hot. You got it.
Thanks. Keene's got a good little pack up there. Bishop Gordon's
Yeah.
another one.
As we just learned from the last race, though, you're not going to win this thing through the mile. Okay, so CV's sitting back a
They're
little bit.
sitting back a
A
lot.
lot bit, actually.
Cole Brown's right in the hunt. They got a few for a podium. Again, Bishop Gordon looks like they're in pretty good position. But we'll see what happens. They got 3 up there, pretty good.
That wouldn't be a surprise to you or I, but it might be a surprise to some other people.
That's right.
Who maybe didn't know what they had for a 4th or 5th.
It's another big race, so. Mile mark 7:02 now.
You got it. No, you got it.
So a lot can change when you get up on top of the hill, that we said before.
Yeah, this second mile mark super important.
Carolyn Fisher looked good though. She's right up on her toes.
Yeah, I mean,
Not sure who second place
yeah,
girl
we're
was.
not sure who that was.
I think it might have been Kate Headland of Manchester, Connecticut.
I bet you're right. It did have an M on the jersey.
Excuse us, we don't know all the uniforms from other states.
We'll get better.
Yeah.
All right, we're now at the top of the first hill. Here's Bishop Girton's Caroline Fisher right out front. Put on a pretty big gap in the first mile from where we saw her at the start. Way to go, Caroline! Got a healthy lead.
A big lead. Well, she's got a lot of experience in this
Yeah,
course
and
too.
this is Caroline Toll moving up. Could get the 1-2 punch if she has a good race.
Few teams not quite sure of here, but the strong.
Cape's
presence.
first, Champlain Valley's first. So Bishop Girton with the big,
There's Champlain's
1-2,
number 2.
1-3 could be very helpful for them, but Champlain Valley has a very tight pack.
There's Bedford coming in.
Oh, that's Carly Rinko of
20 or
Bedford.
so.
There's Bonnie Eagles first. They're top ranked in Maine. Bonnie Eagles second as well.
BG's
Exeter's
third.
top 2. That's 3 for BG. Concord's first. Co-Brown's first.
We see that path for Co-Brown spread out just a little bit. They're
Another
still within
Co-Brown.
range of
Another
each other.
Champlain Valley. So they're doing pretty well. But then another Bishop Girton.
Yep.
So we'll see. The big low numbers for Bishop Girton could prove to be very important.
And here's that Concord team we saw last week in Nashua. All 3 of them stick together real close.
Yeah, they have a really tight pack.
Conti, open it up a little. Come on, Didi. Pick it up, Didi. Conti, you gotta pick it up. Go. Conti, pick it up. Go.
So this race strung out a lot in that first mile. We saw them right at the 400, and it was still pretty tight, but then they really started moving.
Oh yeah.
So should be interesting. Probably going to string out even more over this next mile, but the team fight looks pretty interesting at this
Yeah,
point.
it definitely does. Even on the individual side too.
Yeah, so we'll see if Bishop Girton can get the upset, and then whether Champlain Valley can get the 4 in a row at Manchester Invitational. Just before the 2 mile at the top of the second hill, this is Bishop Girton's Caroline Fisher, looking very strong.
Yep. Put a lot of distance there.
Big gap,
Number 2.
big gap, which could be her teammate, other Caroline
Here she
Toll.
comes.
Is it?
Yep.
Yes, it is. So Bishop Girton with the 1-2 right now.
Nice job, Caroline. Great work, Caroline.
double trouble with the Carolines.
That's right.
And we got Merrimack Valley with the 2 Sophias.
Yep.
Or the 2 Carolines for Bishop Girton. This is incredible.
What a day.
All right, wow, they put on a big gap.
And
Capes number 1.
I don't know who M is, but they're doing very well. Number 4, locked up.
Yeah, they really strung out this top 4 over the second mile. Champlain Valley's first.
So apologies, a lot
Champlain
of the
Valley's
teams that we
second.
don't know are doing very well, but
Yeah, a lot of out-of-state teams today. There's Rice number 1. That should be Emily Bloom from Rice.
that just goes to show you anything can happen.
Oh yeah. So we have, I believe, 2 Champlain Valleys by. This is Carly Rinko of Bedford, another top individual from New Hampshire.
Here comes Exeter, New Hampshire first. Londonderry, Essex, Connecticut, Co-Brown, all first team members coming through. Concord's first.
Another
That's,
Bishop Girton with Champlain Valley's third. So that could
Morgan
be an
Orcutt of
interesting.
Concord.
That could be an interesting battle.
Co-Brown number 2.
So
Bedford number 2.
there's another Bishop Girton. So Bishop Girton looks to be in a good position to take away Champlain Valley's 4th consecutive Manchester invite.
I would say so, yeah.
If they have a good third mile, they could win this. They have the big 1-2, obviously, which is a huge help.
Oh yeah.
But then the rest of their pack is right with Champlain Valley.
Yep.
So
I would still say Champlain Valley has a good shot at number 2 or 3 maybe.
yeah, they should definitely be second, I would imagine. And you know, they're definitely not out of contention. It's pretty close between
Yeah,
those 2
yeah.
teams, but
But that 1-2, man, that's
yeah, it's definitely not as dominant as we've seen them in the past.
BG super strong showing today.
Yeah, that should set them up well
There you go, Olivia.
for championship
Eyes up,
season,
eyes
beating
up,
a
you
big
need the hell in front of you.
team like Champlain Valley if they can pull off the win today.
So other packs we've seen come through, we've seen Co-Brown.
Concord has a good pack. Bedford up towards the front.
Yep, Bedford's first and second are up there in the top 40 or so.
Exeter as well. We've seen quite a few Exeter up towards the front.
That's right.
So, and Bonnie Eagle, obviously Maine's number 1 ranked team.
Maybe they're the ones with the M. Well, that wouldn't make much sense, but
Don't know.
I haven't seen.
You know, obviously
Maybe we'll get some info on that.
we recognize the New Hampshire uniforms,
Yep.
but this is usually the first race that we see all the out-of-state teams. So
That's right.
still getting used to the uniforms.
Here we go.
But this should be an interesting race. in
Yeah,
terms
and this
of
has
the
actually
team
turned into a
scores.
kind of a New England's preview almost. A lot of the teams came here last year because New England's was going to be on this course.
Yeah, but then
But
they
I guess they
returned
liked
again.
it enough that they were going to come back.
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of the teams that will be battling it out at New England's are here today. So just to see how things stack up,
Yeah, early season.
early season, yep. So should be interesting. We'll see what happened over the last mile back down at the finish line.
And as we come down the grass strip, the announcer's been saying a 22-second lead, but BG's Caroline Fisher coming into view all alone. He set a 2-mile time of 12:11 or so. There we go, Caroline through. Caroline Toll in second. She's got about 100 meters on Caroline Toll. Starting to see the other girls come in, trickle in. We've got lead runners from CVU coming down. 1-2 is a pretty low score. We've got Capes, first runner coming in. There's CVU's second runner coming through as well. So CVU has 2 in. BG's going to have 2 in. I mean, I suppose there's still about 500 meters left to run. Lamoille's top. It's probably Emily Bloom from Rice. CVU's third. I was talking to their coach today. They have one of their runners in the top 5's not even running today. They've had an epidemic of sickness going through the school. Burlington's Isabella Vivanico coming down. That's Keene's Michaela Randall. Co-Brown's number 1 coming down. Along with Keene's second. Carly Rinko, Bedford. First one through for Bonnie Eagle. It's not Delaney Hessler, who's generally their number 1. Winnicott's top runner. CVU's 4th, I believe. BG's 3rd. Got Concord's first runner, I believe, coming through. Londonderry's 2nd. Here comes Exeter, Salem. Keene with 3 through. There's Bonnie Eagle's Delaney Hessler. Having a rough one, obviously, not up there. Merrimack's Annabella. Can't remember the last name. BG's 4th. So I think CVU and BG both have 4 through. Exeter has a couple through. There's Concord's Morgan Orcott, who's usually up towards the front, obviously not feeling good with the weather. And there is Bonnie Eagle's 3rd, Central's 1st, Co-Brown's 3rd, I believe, but CVU's 5th is through. And unless BG comes along here pretty quick, it looks like CVU's going to be in command here. Bonnie Eagle's 3rd at least. Here comes Concord's 3rd at least. Bedford's number 2. Top runner from Dover. There's another BG. So BG has 5 through, but CVU has 6 through. So it appears at this point that CVU's in the lead. I think this is the 3rd from Winnicott coming through, so they're having a pretty good day. Another Bedford, I believe that's their 4. And there's CVU's 7th. Keene looks to be having a pretty good day here too. I haven't kept track. I know they had 3 in early. I don't know if that's their 4th or 5th. Co-Brown, who's New Hampshire's number 2, looks like they've had a off race, possibly. Next week they get Addie Cox back, and that certainly won't hurt them any. Salem coming through. They had a nice pack last year. This time that seems to be working its way back into a good grouping. There's another Co-Brown and
800 meters. Let's
Salem.
Go, Heidi.
And that will take us up to the finish line.
Just waiting.
Fisher and Tool are going to go 1-2.
Caroline Fisher.
Fisher and Toll going 1-2.
So Bishop Gurdon.
Not completely surprising, but
No, Caroline Fisher. She's as good as anybody. When she's on her game, I'm not saying she's unbeatable, but she's pretty close to it.
and we're getting word that the 2 teams are only separated by 2 points at the 2-mile mark, Champlain Valley and BG.
Wow.
So BG hadn't really raced anywhere yet this year, but we knew what they kind of had in there. At least they're top 3, but it looks like they have a 4 and 5 as well. Putting the rest of the state.
I'm sure
on
you
notice.
can walk the school and figure and find a 4 and 5 somewhere.
Yes.
Every school's got one.
Yes.
And it looks like Fisher's coming into view with about 150 meters to go. She is running very strong. 18 minutes on the clock. Let's get her in, ladies and gentlemen.
So she's just starting to come into view right now. Caroline Fisher.
22 seconds at
Clock's at 18:15 right now. So she's going to be well under 19 minutes, fastest time of the day. She looks good.
And look at this, 18:26, 18:27 on the clock.
On a warm day like today,
The 2019 champion girls.
Caroline Fisher, 18:34. Nice job, nice job.
That's a heck of a run in this heat.
And she looked good.
Teammates right behind her.
Caroline Toll,
Fisher, followed by Caroline Toole.
she's going to be under 19 also. What a great, nothing better than going 1-2. Well, 1-2-3, but 1-2, pretty good. 18:53.
This is
Kate Headland coming into view, I believe, from Manchester, Connecticut.
yeah, I think that's her. Kate Headland of Manchester, Connecticut. We're at 19:10 on the clock right now.
Second call, boys. Large school varsity race.
Elizabeth.
Second call. Make sure as you're heading down the starting line that you're aware of the ladies crossing in front
Maybe
of you.
Cape Elizabeth, Maine, maybe?
Yep.
Deer Hump.
1920.
So there's another
Central Fisher still has some
Champlain Valley's first girl.
girl.
here.
Memorial's first. So now we're going to be counting for teams. See what we got.
So here comes the Champlain Valley 2. So they're going to have two low sticks as well.
They are posted right by
Not as low as 1-2, obviously, but coming in just under 20 minutes right now.
Champlain Valley.
20 minutes on the clock right now. Keene.
Some of the out-of-state uniforms.
First two runners for Keene coming in.
Yeah, Keene's got a pretty good team coming. Track stud. So Keene's got two in. Cole Brown's first.
Cole Brown won.
This is where things get dicey right here.
Oh, here comes Champlain Valley's third now. And here comes BG's third.
Wow.
So this is going to be super tight.
BG's third.
Keene's third and Keene's fourth. Look at this.
Wow, Keene might come here and surprise people.
We're at 21 minutes right now on the clock. Exeter won here.
Got to finish. There you go.
That's the top 25 in the books here in the girls' large school. Top 25 all under
Cole Brown
21
2.
points. So 21 and change. Great job.
Concord 2, Exeter 2, BG 4.
So BG's got 4.
This is Doherty.
Essex got a few wins though
I haven't
too.
seen another Champlain. Oh, here we go. Speak of the devil. Here's another Champlain Valley.
So is that Champlain's 4th or 5th?
I think it's their fourth.
Their
I
4th,
think they
huh?
still need one more.
Yeah, I guess they probably were a little under the weather.
Well, we do know they're missing someone. We don't know who, obviously. But
Westford. It's Concord's 4. Morgan Orcutt didn't have a good day.
just over 22 minutes on the clock here. This is still Concord's got 4 in already, though. Now. There's BG 5.
Wow, BG might have snuck this out.
They might have stolen, unless I counted wrong on Champlain Valley, which is possible. Wouldn't be the first time. So I didn't see Coffin out there. Did you see Coffin?
Nope, I never saw her.
Yeah, me either. Maybe a rest week.
I did see a lot of girls that went out fast that didn't have a good day.
No,
And they
you know,
came back.
In the boys' race, we saw the boys kind of go. Oyster River went out a little bit slower through the mile and really turned it on in the back.
Here's another BG girl.
BG 6.
She's still taking numbers.
Exeter 3, maybe?
Yeah, this was going to be kind of tough to call.
I have no idea.
But I
really
think
it's BG just because of the 1-2 stick.
I do too.
Even if I counted wrong on Champlain Valley, I still think it's BG.
That would be a major upset.
Oh yeah.
But we kind of called it, right?
Yeah.
You know,
We said they were a dark horse.
Yeah.
You just never know. I know one thing. It really helps to have those low sticks.
Sure does. They keep pouring in. I'm almost wondering if all the Champlain Valleys, did they make it?
I don't think. I mean, I know. I can think of a couple other girls that dropped out. It's one of those days, though.
Yep.
If you're not feeling it, this heat's not going to make you feel any better.
Concord's number 2 girl didn't have a good day. It's coming in right now.
This is usually Exeter's 3, so the heat affects people in different ways.
Sure does.
Coming in right around 24.5 minutes right now.